The psychological conditions and mechanisms that can keep a person continuously trusting someone or an organization like Scientology, despite repeated unfulfilled promises, are complex and involve a combination of cognitive biases, psychological manipulation, and emotional vulnerabilities. Several key factors explain why people stay committed even when the promised results, such as going clear or acquiring supernatural abilities, don't materialize. 1. Cognitive dissonance. Cognitive dissonance is a psychological phenomenon where people experience discomfort when their beliefs or actions contradict evidence or reality. To reduce this discomfort, they may rationalize or justify their behavior rather than change their beliefs. In Scientology, when promises like physical or mental transformation aren't delivered, members may attribute the failure to their own shortcomings or the need for further auditing rather than question the legitimacy of the promises themselves. This leads them to double down on their commitment to the organization. 2. Sunk cost fallacy. The sunk cost fallacy is when people continue to invest time, money, or effort into something because they've already invested so much, even when it's no longer rational to do so. Scientology courses, auditing sessions, and donations require considerable financial and personal sacrifice. Members may feel compelled to continue because leaving would mean admitting that all their previous investment was wasted. Confirmation bias occurs when individuals seek out or interpret information in ways that confirm their existing beliefs. Scientologists are often surrounded by others who reinforce the church's teachings, which makes it easier for them to focus on any small signs of improvement or wins, even if minor or coincidental, and disregard the absence of the larger, supernatural results promised. This selective focus on positive feedback keeps them trapped in the belief system. 4. Fear and control. Scientology uses various mechanisms to instill fear and exert control over its members. The use of ethics programs, security checks, sec checking, and the potential for social isolation, being declared a suppressive person or SP, create a strong psychological barrier to leaving. Fear of losing one's community, family, or even being blackmailed with personal information revealed during auditing sessions can make it emotionally and psychologically difficult to break free. 5. Social reinforcement and groupthink. Social dynamics play a huge role in keeping individuals aligned with a group's beliefs. In Scientology, members are immersed in an environment where groupthink is strong, meaning dissenting voices are suppressed and the dominant ideology prevails. This creates a sense of belonging and acceptance that can be hard to leave, especially if one's entire social network is inside the group. 6. Hope and future orientation. Scientology constantly dangles the promise of future rewards, such as spiritual enlightenment, personal freedom, and extraordinary abilities, in front of its members. This keeps them focused on what's ahead rather than the failures of the past. People are often driven by hope, believing that just one more course or session will finally bring the results they've been promised. 7. Identity fusion. Over time, people who are deeply involved in movements like Scientology confuse their personal identity with that of the group. Their sense of self becomes intertwined with their role in Scientology. To leave would feel like a betrayal of themselves, not just the group, as they've internalized the organization's values and ideology to the point where it defines their existence. 8. Learned helplessness. Some members may develop a form of learned helplessness, where they feel that no matter what they do, they cannot break free or find success outside the organization. Repeated failures to achieve promised results can create a sense of resignation, where individuals believe that only Scientology offers hope or solutions, even if they never seem to materialize. 9. Emotional manipulation and dependency. Scientology's practices, such as auditing, exploit emotional vulnerability. By addressing personal traumas and past experiences, the organization creates a dependent relationship where members feel reliant on Scientology to achieve emotional well-being. The intense emotional highs and lows experienced during auditing and the relief or euphoria afterward create a cyclical dependency, making it harder for individuals to step away. Charismatic authority. Figures like L. Ron Hubbard and later, David Miscavige, wield charismatic authority, which can have a powerful psychological effect on followers. Members may see these leaders as infallible or extraordinary, making it difficult to question their promises. The reverence for Hubbard's teachings, which are portrayed as absolute truths, creates a dogmatic adherence that discourages doubt. 11. Intermittent reinforcement. The occasional, unpredictable moments of perceived success or progress, a small personal breakthrough, or a win after an auditing session, act like intermittent rewards in a psychological conditioning process. Similar to gambling, where a small win keeps people playing, Scientology may offer sporadic positive reinforcement that keeps members hoping for more, even if the grand promises never materialize. 12. Trauma bonding. Scientology's high-pressure environment can lead to a form of trauma bonding, where individuals form emotional attachments to the group or its leaders through cycles of fear, control, and brief relief. The auditing process, combined with emotional manipulation, creates a dynamic where the member feels dependent on the group for psychological stability, despite the harm it may be causing. These mechanisms work together to keep individuals in a state of psychological entrapment, preventing them from critically evaluating their situation or leaving. The deeper someone becomes involved, the more they invest emotionally, financially, and socially, which makes the prospect of leaving even more daunting.
Audiences know what to expect, and that is all they are prepared to believe in.
Our noted Scientologist, John Travolta.
Send some guards out and round them up.
But back in New Jersey, Ron Miscavige says something close to what Christians might call faith healing occurs in 1969. That's when he takes his undersized, asthmatic 9-year-old son, David, for his first session of auditing, a kind of Scientology counseling.
About 45 minutes later, David walks out, smiling, bright. I said, "What happened?" He says, "Dad, it's handled."
So your view at the time was that his asthma was cured by Scientology?
Let's put it this way, it mitigated it considerably. I think it was at that moment that he decided he's going to do something with this.
So you think that was the key turning point in his whole life?
I know it.